Hello YouTube and welcome to another Python tutorial. So in this video I will show you how to use the pip commands in Linux. So are you ready? Let's get started. So as you may know, pip is a standard package manager for Python. It allows you to install and also to manage additional or extra packages that are not part of the Python standard library. Okay, so first thing first, let's see what version we are using. So we can see that using the command pip -- version. So here, as you can see, it gives me the version number, which is 20.0.2, and also it points to the location where pip is installed. And of course here I'm using Python 3.8. okay, so remember, pip -- version gives us the version and the location of our program. Okay, but as I told you, pip allows us to install packages that are not part of the Python standard library. But where are those packages published? So actually they are published in what we call PyPI, which stands for Python Package Index, and you can access them using this site here, www.pipfile.lock. So here you will find all the extra packages for Python, because you know Python has such a large community. So every day there are packages that are installed or published to help us to keep with our script for Python. Okay, so the most basic command that you can use actually in order to get all the commands that comes with pip is pip help. So let's see what this command will actually gives us. So as you can see here, so the standard format is pip and a command and some options here. So here you can see a list of commands. So for example, you have the install, which install packages. You have the download to download packages, uninstall packages, freeze, output installed packages in a requirement format, and list and show, check, config. So there are a lot of commands that you can use with the pip, but here I will just show you the most interesting and important and the mostly used ones. Okay, but keep in mind that you can always use the pip help in order to get info about the options and the commands that you can use with the pip. Okay, so let me clear that. So let's say, for example, we want to install a new extra or additional package that does not come with the Python standard library. So for example, most interesting packages for me is the request package. So this requests package actually will gives us a lot of object and function to help us to get HTTP request from the web, for example. So in order to install this package, pretty easy, pip install, then the package name. So in this case, I want to install a package called requests. So that is pretty easy. All you have to do is this simple command in order to install your package. So let's hit enter and see the output. So as you can see here, it downloads actually this requests package from the PyPI, as I told you, .org, which is a repo for all the extra packages. And also, as you can see here, it has downloaded all its dependencies. So for example, here you can see urllib3, which is a dependency for requests. So requests package depends on this extra libraries. So here you can see we have urllib, you have car detect or det, or IDNA, so certificate, so all these are dependencies for this request package. Okay, and of course here you can see also the version number for each package, and at the end you can see successfully installed certificate and car debt and all these requests. So here we have our main package that has been installed, which is requests, and the version is 2.25.1. okay, so pretty easy, pretty nice. But how can I actually see all the installed packages that I have on my system? There is also a command for that that we use a lot, which is simply pip and list. Actually here I'm inside what we call a virtual environment, so if you don't know what that it means, you can see one of my previous video. I showed you how to install this virtual environment. So actually it's like a virtual space for your applications. So here with the help of this command pip list, it will list all the packages that we have installed in my system. So here you can see the requests package has been installed and the version number is 2.25.1. And also you have all the dependencies, all the extra packages, okay, and of course with the version number. So whenever you want to see all the packages lists is the way to go, okay. And one important thing, when you install a package, for example, when I install this packages here called requests, it will install by default the latest version, okay, so just keep in mind that. And there is also a very important command that you can use. So let's see, I want to see all the metadata for this package called requests, so I can use this command called Pip Show and the package name, so in this case requests, and I will get all the metadata. So here you can see the name of the package, of course it's requests, the version .2.25.1. so here the summary, so it's Python HTTP for humans. The home page for this package, you can reach it from here if you want. The author of this package, the email of the author, of course, the license, here we are using license Apache 2.0, and the location for this package also, and all the required extra libraries as I told you, okay. So always keep in mind that it's very interesting actually commands, okay. So as I showed you with the pip list, I will get a list of all the packages installed in my system. But what if I want to work on another PC or another actually environment, and I want to keep all these packages with their versions? Because you know, when you work with the version, maybe later when you work with the older or with a newer version of this package, you will not get the same result. Maybe you have to do some modification in your code. But how can you actually keep the same packages with the same versions and get them installed in another system or another PC or environment? So there is a command, a very interesting command for that, in order to export all these packages into another system. So the command actually, when you do pep help, you get this command here, it's called freeze. So here you can see the freeze, it's output installed packages in a requirement format. So what that it means, it will actually export all this installed packages in a text file, so later you can import them. So for example, let me show you. So I will do pip freeze, and I will output that to a file. So normally we call it requirement dot .txt, but you can call it whatever you want. So here I'm outputting all the installed packages into this file. So let's see. So by default it's on the same directory. So let's see what is inside this file here. Requirement.txt, and here we go. So here you can see all the packages that are installed on my system with the version number. Okay, so with the help of this file I can import it on another system, and all the packages with the same version number will be installed on the other system. Okay, so keep that in mind. So in order to do that, there is also a very simple command. All you have to do, not in this system but on the other system, pip install, because you want to install all the packages, and -r, and you will give the file that you have actually exported. So with the help of this simple command, you can install all the packages from machine to another machine. So actually the R here stands for replicate, because it will replicate your environment on another system. Okay, so this is also a pretty interesting command that you must keep in mind in order to replicate your environment on another machine or another PC if you want. And finally, if you want to install a package, pretty easy, pip and install, and the package name, for example, requests. So here it will actually uninstall all the packages, but let's keep in mind that you should first install all its dependencies, because sometimes when you install a package, the package that depends on this package will not function because it's a requirement for that package. So always do show in order to get all the dependencies, then uninstall them one by one, then you can install actually all the package that you want. So it's pretty easy, pretty nice feature. And finally, let me show you this website that I told you about, which you can find all the additional packages for Python. It's called simply pipfile.lock. So this is the site when you can find, install and publish Python packages, extra packages. So for example, with our package called requests, I can just put it here and search for it in order to see. So here you can get all the packages with the version number. So by default it will install the latest one, and here you can see the date of publication. You can click on it, and of course it will give you a simple example how to use it, how to install it, and all that stuff, and with the documentation and the main website for that. So that was a brief introduction how to use the pip command in order to install extra packages in Python. As always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I want to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.